My name is Mary Churchill, and I'm an assistant professor in the teacher education program at UW-Superior. My primary courses are educational foundation courses in teacher education and teaching practice courses. I don't think I can really say that I have a typical teaching day. Every day is a little bit different. Maybe teaching courses are the most consistent part of my day. If I'm teaching classes on campus, then there's that routine of having classes every Tuesday and Thursday or having classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. But I also teach classes online. Those classes tend to be taught on the weekends or after school from home when there's more time to my day. If I had class today, I will be really honest, I have everything already prepared last week. I never leave this building, this institution, until I have my classes all ready to go for the next day. I have a folder that has everything that I might need so that as soon as I walk in that classroom, I'm ready to teach. It takes a lot of prep to get there. It's not something that I just do in an hour. It's something that I typically work on the semester before. I will actually, as I'm teaching class this semester, be making notes every day about what worked and what didn't work, so that when I plan for next semester, I'm using the feedback from my students to make sure I have good lessons next semester. The Educator Preparation Program, the Teacher Education Advisory Committee, and the Undergraduate Academic Affairs Council. Those are my three primary university committees that I'm involved with, but the majority of the work doesn't take place during the meetings themselves. The majority of the work takes place before the meetings and after meetings. To prepare for a teacher education meeting, for example, it requires me meeting with our field experience coordinator. I need to meet with our data specialist. I need to meet with some of our liaisons to make sure that we have everything in place so that the meeting is productive and a good use of the time for the participants. There are several components in teacher education at UWS. First, we have the core classes or the foundational classes, the teaching classes. We also have content courses. So the math department, for example, has math classes that it offers to make sure that our math teachers are well versed in math. Then we get the licensing requirements. We have students are responsible for taking several standardized tests. Then we have the new teacher performance assessment that our students have to complete during their student teaching. So it's like a big jigsaw puzzle that has to be put together, and it's time consuming, and it takes place in weekly meetings. It takes place over the summer, and they were tasks that had to be done if our program is going to continue to grow and to continue to thrive. There are things that need to be done. There's work that needs to be done, and there are only so many of us to do the work. I do have 5 scheduled office hours a week. Very rarely do my students come to see me during my scheduled office hours. I would say I probably meet with students 10 to 15 hours a week during what I call the non-advising season. Once the advisement season comes around, last semester, for example, I kept track that I saw over 75 students just during advising season to help them with their course selection for the next semester. I had a goal this year that I was setting aside 4 hours on Tuesdays and 4 hours on Fridays to do my grading, and that lasted a week. So now I just wait and I do my grading typically after class hours, after office hours, after university hours, business hours, because that's when I have the most time available to me. My research really focuses on online learning, and a colleague and I are actually working on some research right now with universal design for learning, instructional design strategies, and quality matters, and seeing how those 3 components are implemented in classes at UWS. And we're going to start with an examination of our own classes. It's just an area that I find fascinating. At one time I thought that maybe I could go and observe every one of my students in their field placements. And I got as far as Hayward and got 2 students done in Hayward, and it took up a full day. And I just wasn't able to keep up with that kind of a pace. It was either do my work that I had to do here or get out and observe my field placement students. I think the one thing I have to say about this job is that it's not a job. It becomes a lifestyle. Checking email, getting correspondence from colleagues and from students on the weekends. I advise, I meet, I problem solve, I try to become creative. I bring my job home. I have a colleague, and sometimes we'll joke, I'll go up to her and I'll say, "Did you know I also teach?" and we laugh, because sometimes that just gets so lost with everything else and yet, when I see those students and they come into my office and I talk to them, I remember why I'm here and how much I love working with them.